Guys say anything having sex, Your Honor.
Laid it all on the table.
No,
And they gave me to my grandmother and took the $100.
You better go ahead
This
with
ain't
that
what
argument. You cheated on me. Was I supposed to stay with you?
The baby after.
I didn't have a mom or a dad.
What? I need you to understand. You get that, right? Well, I wasn't cheating.
She's known the street to be a hoe.
You're talking to a girl.
Doing worse stuff than what you was doing before.
Mother was a gold digger, man.
Hey, what's up, folks? Today we have got a wild episode of Paternity Court for you. Get ready, because things are about to get crazy up in here. We're taking a look at times when things got wild on Paternity Court. And trust me, you do not want to miss a single second of this roller coaster ride. So grab your popcorn and let's dive right in.
Lester versus Lewis.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Lester, you opened this case against Mr. Lewis because you say he denies.
Okay, so we've got Jatoya Lester opening this case against Mr. Lewis, claiming that he's denying her 21-month-old son, Raiden. But hold up. The reason he's denying the baby is because she won't have sex with him. Say what? Yup, you heard that right. This case is already starting off with a bang.
1-month-old son, Raiden.
Yes, Your Honor.
Only because you won't have sex with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you want Mr. Lewis to step up after today's results prove that he is the father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lewis, you claim Miss Lester was openly sleeping with several men and there is no way you are her son's father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to Jatoya, they didn't plan on having a baby, but they talked about having one numerous times. Girl, what? How does that even work? You can't just talk a baby into existence? But hey, who are we to judge? That's Judge Lake's job. Let's see where this goes.
No, I'm not denying her, baby. It's just Jatoya Lester, she just always lying. She's known the street to be a hoe. And
All right, let's be respectful.
excuse my language, it's just
He's
that.
Your Honor, excuse my French, he's the hoe.
Oh, God.
Because if
Here we go.
you decided to have unprotected sex with me as well, whether or not you knew the history of whether or not I was sleeping with multiple men.
And here comes Mr. Lewis, claiming that Jatoya is known on the street to be a hoe. Oh, snap. Shots fired. This courtroom is heating up really quickly. But let's remember, folks, we gotta keep it respectful in here. Let's see if they can handle that.
Just say use respectful language in the court.
I'm sorry, but it's just what it is.
No. It's not what it's gonna be in this courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you look crazy because you're the one sleeping with her anyway, so you're not making a point.
Thank you.
You're only making yourself look dumber. Moving on.
Oh, it's getting personal now, Jatoya fires back, calling Mr. Lewis her French and the hoe. Oh my goodness, the drama is at an all-time high. These two are going at it like there's no tomorrow. But hey, let's focus on the case, people.
I lied and said no, so that same
He was in a
exact-
relationship at the time, Your
That
Honor.
same exact night, I went over our house, we had sex. The very first night, no condom.
He's
anything.
lying.
So-
He wrote me on Facebook in March of 2016. We didn't have sex until August because we planned to have my son. He asked me if I wanted to have his baby, and I replied back, yes, I do.
So apparently they've known each other for years, and one thing led to another, and boom, they ended up in a sexual relationship. But hold on. Jatoya claims that they didn't use a condom and that they talked about having a baby while they were doing the deed. Talk about multitasking. But Mr. Lewis is all like, guys say anything during sex. Excuse me? Is that some kind of secret language or something? I am so confused right now.
How do you?
Hold on. Did you tell her you wanted to have a baby with her while y'all were having sex, Mr. Lewis?
Never said that we gonna have a baby. Not the first night that we reconnect and we have sex.
But did you ever say it?
At the heat of the moment,
Right.
guys say anything having sex, Your Honor. Anything.
Note to self. But
Okay, so Jatoya drops a bombshell. She's pregnant, and she tells Mr. Lewis, who's probably thinking, uh-oh, what did I get myself into? But hey, he claims she didn't tell him when she was having the baby. Communication, people. It's all about communication.
all right.
Stop lying, please stop.
I heard enough of that. So you find out you're pregnant.
Yes.
Do you tell Mr. Lewis?
Yes, I told him.
And what do you say, Mr. Lewis, when she says I'm pregnant? Take me to that day.
I called her, she tells me she's pregnant. I asked her, who's the father? She tells me I am. So I'm like, okay. Several months afterwards, she tells me I'm not the father.
No, correction. Actually, he thought I was playing when I said I was pregnant.
And here's the plot twist, folks. Jatoya let another man sign the birth certificate even though she told Mr. Lewis it was his child. Oh, no, she didn't. This is getting messier by the minute. But hey, let's not forget the baby in all of this. Raiden deserves to know the truth, right?
Look in my court files, because we got a copy of that birth certificate.
Yes, he did.
This birth certificate, oh yeah, here it is, from the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Certified record of birth for Raiden Jador.
Jador.
And your father's name is another man's name.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you
think it's
you
fine.
let another man sign the birth certificate when you told Mr. Lewis it was his child?
Yes, I did.
Oh, look who just entered the courtroom. It's Jatoya's fiancé, Kevin Brown. This is getting juicier and juicier. Mr. Lewis must be feeling the heat now. Let's see what Kevin has to say about all of this.
To hear from your fiance, please stand, sir. Step over to the podium. State your name for the record.
My name is Kevin Brown, Your Honor.
Hi, Mr. Brown. Thank you for being here today. So, Mr. Lewis just testified that you and Ms. Lester have had a 10-year relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've been sexually active with her for those 10 years?
Not at all, Your Honor.
Kevin drops a bombshell of his own. He's been with Jatoya for 10 years, but they haven't been sexually active. Oh snap, Mr. Lewis must be sweating bullets right about now. But hey, Kevin is here to support Jatoya and Raiden no matter what. That's some real love right there.
You got that look in your eye, Mr. Lewis, like you believe he's a potential father.
Yes, just because they've been on and out as long as I've known Jatoya, and like
He's
Jatoya,
delusional. Like,
she keeps
he's
saying-
jealous
she
of the
keeps
fact that
saying-
I'm with him. Normally, I would have him in this loop
I could
where I'm
never
having
be-
sex, where I'm having sex with him and him, and they both know it.
Okay, people, it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA results are in. We can feel the tension in the air. Will Mr. Lewis be Raiden's father, or is it someone else entirely? Hold on to your seats, folks, because this is about to get wild.
Mr. Lewis, you are not the father.
I made a mistake, but I can only move forward from her, and I apologize.
All right, folks, let's jump right into the action. We're introduced to Mr. Black, who claims he's not the father of 4-month-old Javion Black. Oh boy, this is gonna be a bumpy ride. According to Mr. Black, he met the child's mother, Miss Rockmore, while walking around his apartment complex. Sparks flew, and they had a steamy encounter on their very first night. Talk about love at first sight.
Today to finally prove that you are not the biological father of 4-month-old Javion Black.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say when the results reveal you are not the father, you no longer want the child to have your last name.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Rockmore, you say you are 100% sure Mr. Black is your son's biological father, and you are completely disgusted by his rejection of your innocent child.
Yes, Your Honor.
But here's the twist, folks. Mr. Black had some major doubts about the whole situation. He believed that Miss Rockmore's ex was still in the picture, and that made him question whether he was the real daddy. Oh, the drama.
I met her walking around my apartment complex. She was with some mutual friends.
Okay.
And I thought she was very attractive, and I talked to her. We exchanged numbers. We got to know each other a little better on that evening, and then we had sexual contact later on that night.
Same night you saw her walking
Yes,
around
ma'am.
the parking lot?
Yes, ma'am.
So was this sex protected?
No, ma'am, it wasn't.
Ms. Rockmore, how do you end up having sex with somebody unprotected after?
Now let's talk about protection, or should I say the lack thereof. Brace yourselves, folks, because they didn't use any protection. Yikes! Miss Rockmore confesses that she was instantly attracted to Mr. Black and couldn't resist the temptation. But hey, we've all been there, right?
No, I don't know what it was. It wasn't none of my business at the time. But I mean, you know, I didn't think me and her would have no baby later on. And her ex, I don't know what they had going on, but I didn't think we was in a relationship. I thought we was just talking.
And so when you were talking, was this during the window of conception? Because you were doing more than talking.
Now things start to get really interesting. Mr. Black claims he saw Miss Rockmore's ex involved in her life. He even witnessed him giving her a ride to the store. Oh, the plot thickens.
Believe that a man's not gonna be involved in your life unless he's doing something for you and he's expecting something in return.
So now give me more details. When you say you saw her ex involved in her life, besides this going to the store, what else did you observe?
I didn't observe nothing from him because I wasn't around her like that. That's where my doubt come from. I didn't stay with her, I didn't live with her.
Okay, hold on. Now see, the story's
story's
changing. You just said the reason why you were doubtful is because you saw her ex involved in her life.
But hold on a second, Mr. Black. Our judge isn't buying it. She's not convinced that a simple trip to the store means they were getting busy behind your back. You gotta come up with a better argument than that, my friend.
But the only thing you witnessed is them go to the store.
Yes, ma'am, but that's her baby daddy.
So could he have been coming to see his child?
No, ma'am, he couldn't be coming to see his child because his child wasn't in the car with him. His child was nowhere around them at the time I was there.
Bottom line is this. You're talking to a girl,
yes,
meaning
ma'am.
you all are having a casual sexual relationship or whatever you all doing at that point.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Rockmore drops a bombshell. She reveals that she's pregnant. And who does she call first? Mr. Black, of course. Guess what? He didn't believe her until she showed him a sonogram picture. Talk about a wake-up call.
But you're not her boyfriend.
No, I'm not her boyfriend, but
So what does she have to get permission for you to go do something with her child's father?
If she want me to be her man, then she's gonna be loyal to me and let me know everything that go on.
So the point is you felt like at that point, you all were trying to get to know one another. You weren't committed yet.
Exactly.
But in the midst of us getting to know one another.
Fast forward to the present, and Mr. Black is still in denial. He hasn't been there for the child, and he's even refusing to contribute financially. That's gotta hurt, especially for Miss Rockmore.
The window of conception, this in green, when you were intimate with Ms. Rockmore, that was pretty much the whole month of July.
Yes, ma'am. The whole month of July, we was having intercourse, and that's when we met and we were talking. And I mean, like I said, we didn't talk very long. I thought we was just talking. Once she showed me she was unloyal to me, or she wouldn't let me know everything that was going on, I left.
Wait, there's more. We have a surprise guest in the courtroom. Mr. Black's mother, Miss Black, is here to support her son. But hold on to your seats, folks, because she's on Team Javion. She believes that the little cutie is her grandson. Talk about a plot twist.
I wonder that you are the father.
Yes, ma'am. Ain't no way I can be the father at all.
I may not be an OBGYN.
Yes, ma'am.
I was pretty good at math.
Mm-hmm.
I'm counting back and I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
I land in July.
Now let's hear from Miss Black herself. She's not holding back, folks. She's disappointed in her son and outraged that he would go this far to deny his own flesh and blood. Mama knows best, right?
So your feeling is, I'm not connecting myself to this child, I'm not contributing a dime, I'm not doing anything that would remotely look like I'm stepping up to the plate as a father for this baby until I know for certain that it's mine.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Rockmore, in your statement to the court, you say it's been difficult.
Yes, Your Honor. Very difficult.
Tell me about that.
Throughout my whole pregnancy,
The tension is rising in the courtroom as we await the DNA results. Will Mr. Black finally step up and accept his role as a father, or will he continue to deny the undeniable? Oh, the suspense is killing me.
Just because that's how sick I was, I had to quit my job. I was having to ask my family for money and everything like that.
And so since he's born, what has it been like?
I just recently got a job, so it's been very, very hard.
And how are you doing for childcare? Because I know that's expensive.
Yes, well, my boss, he helps me. He helps me out a lot with the childcare, so.
And here it is, folks. The moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA results are in, and the truth is about to be revealed. Are you ready?
Mr. Black, you are the father.
All right.
Well, there's a saying that mom knows best.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Feel
I'm
emotional?
So happy. I knew he was my grandson. You know, mothers know.
Miss Barrett is suing Mr. Jones for $5,000 in damages for, get this, emotional distress. She claims that he completely ruined her life and was never there for her. Oh boy, this is going to be a roller coaster of emotions.
Ms. Barrett, you are suing the defendant for $5,000 in damages for emotional distress.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim that the man standing across from you helped destroy your childhood.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Though the defendant may be your biological father, you say he has never been there for you.
That's correct, Your Honor.
In fact, you claim he wouldn't even show up for your mother's funeral.
But hold on, folks. Mr. Jones denies all of Miss Barrett's claims and even drops a bombshell. He says that her own mother admitted to sleeping with another man when she was conceived. Talk about a plot twist.
I'm here today because I can't stand this man. He hasn't been there for me at all in my life. He was never there, never wanted to go to any of my birthdays. He claims he did, but he didn't show up to any of my birthdays. He claims he did so much for me when I was a kid. He wasn't there at all for me when I was a kid. My mom died when I was 16 years old, and I called him looking for comfort because he's supposed to be my dad. And all I got from him was that he couldn't go and to give my mom a kiss from him.
Now, they're both seeking a paternity test to finally put this mystery to rest. But wait, there's more. Mr. Mr. Jones also wants $500 for money he claims Miss Barrett stole from him. This case is getting juicier by the minute.
He didn't show up for your mother's funeral.
They passed away after my mom had passed away, so no, I wasn't going to go to his parents' funeral after he didn't go to my mom's. When
you
they
say
passed
you
away.
were experiencing severe emotional distress, Miss Barrett described to the court, how were you feeling?
I didn't have a mom or a dad. I had my grandma. My grandma raised me. Not him, not anybody else. It was my grandma and her husband that raised me and took care of me. My mom wasn't even there.
Miss Barrett opens up about her heartbreaking childhood, explaining how Mr. Jones was never there for her. She reveals that when her mother passed away, he didn't even show up for her funeral. Ouch, that's a low blow.
So take me back. Were
Okay,
you
ma'am.
there when Miss Barrett was born?
No, I wasn't, Your Honor. I was with somebody else. She was not brought into my life.
Did you know her mother was pregnant?
No, I didn't until I was in front of a party store hanging out with my friends. Her mother pulled in and told me that she had to talk to me.
But Mr. Jones defends himself, saying that he felt it wasn't right for him to be at the funeral since he and Miss Barrett's mother were no longer together. He even claims that Miss Barrett didn't show up for his own parents' funeral. The drama just keeps piling up.
Her mother was pregnant by some other guy down south, so
you knew she was pregnant, but they told you it was by
somebody else down south. Yeah, so I left well enough to be, and I went my way, her mother went her way, and then 2 years later, her mother brought her back into my life, saying, "This is your..."
And what happened when you saw her, this child?
It shocked me, Your Honor. I mean, I was
And what did her
glad
mother
that she
say?
was, I was hoping that she's mine, of course.
Now let's talk about the emotional distress Miss Barrett experienced. She shares how she felt like she didn't have a mom or a dad, and that her grandma and her husband raised her instead. This is a heart-wrenching story, folks.
She may be your child.
She said she was my child, Your Honor.
Okay.
And then I took care of her from that day all the way up, Your Honor.
And Miss Barrett, have you always been told that he was definitively your biological father, or were you told he was and then also told he wasn't?
As a young girl, by my grandma, I was told that he was my father, for sure, no doubts.
But here's where things get really interesting. Miss Barrett drops a bombshell of her own, revealing that when she was just 6 months old, her mother sold her to her grandmother for $100 because they needed rent money. Can you believe it?
Told her that they needed rent money. They were $100 short. My grandma said, the only way I'm giving you $100 is if you give me that baby, because I was in rags and not being taken care of.
Your Honor,
and they gave me to my grandmother and took the $100 and went home to their happy little house.
No, Your Honor, I'll tell you the truth, Your Honor. I'm from a well-do family. I don't need no money. You know what I mean, Your Honor? I'm well-to-do.
Mr. Jones tries to defend himself, claiming that he comes from a well-to-do family and didn't need the money. He even accuses Miss Barrett's mother of being a gold digger. The accusations are flying left and right.
Your ex is pregnant, but she's pregnant by another man. You don't hear anything from her until child is what, a year old?
Yes, Your
and
Honor.
she pulls up and says, "This is your child."
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you think her motivation was? Did you really think this is my child?
More money, that's all she wanted. Her mother was a gold digger, man.
Okay, folks, let's fast forward a bit. Miss Barrett and Mr. Jones both share their different perspectives on their tumultuous relationship. She accuses him of being controlling, while he claims she was hanging out with the wrong crowd. Who's telling the truth? We can't wait to find out.
He did say
That's a lie, Your Honor.
that he didn't think that I was his daughter. He also told my mom that. And he told my mom that he did not believe that I was his daughter, and then turned around the next day and said that he did and he trusted her and loved her. He can say what he wants in front of his girlfriend, but he's told my mom since day one that he loves her.
I ain't never stated that. If I loved her mom, I could have stayed with her, man. I left her behind and moved on with my life.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA test results are in. The entire courtroom is silent, and Judge Lake is about to reveal what we've all been waiting for. Drumroll, please. Oh boy.
That Mr. Jones, you are her father. You were suing for damages of $5,000 for it was negligent infliction of emotional distress.
Mr. Singleton is claiming that his wife, Miss Gray, has never been honest with him about their 3-year-old daughter's paternity. And guess what? He was right. She dropped a bombshell during a heated argument. She straight up told him that he may not be the father. Talk about a capital D for doubt.
Mr. Singleton, you claim that your wife, the defendant, Ms. Gray, has never been honest with you about the child she claims is your daughter. During a heated argument, you claim she told you that you may not be the father of 3-year-old Ariana, and you've petitioned the court for a paternity test and declare that if you learn the child is not yours, the marriage is over.
Yes, Your Honor.
And just when you think things can't get any messier, Miss Gray admits that she cheated on Mr. Singleton with her ex. Oh, the drama is real, folks. It's a tit-for-tat battle of infidelity. cheating left and right, and now they're both pointing fingers at each other.
And that's the reason why
I cheated.
I cheated,
with
my ex.
yes, but you went to your ex immediately.
No, we wasn't together, so it's not called cheating.
So, in the beginning of the relationship, there's cheating.
Yes.
Before there ever was a marriage.
Yes.
Both of them.
Well, I wasn't cheating. We weren't together.
She claims to not be cheating, but what I'm
Mr. Singleton ain't holding back. He's spilling all the tea. He reveals that he found some suspicious text messages on Miss Gray's phone. And let me tell you, it's not looking good for her. Late night conversations with other guys, that's a red flag.
That's why I went with my ex. We didn't have no protection.
With your ex.
Yes.
Exactly.
But that was 2 weeks after.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You had all the respect in the world
But
for
it
the
wasn't
fact
like
that
I
I
didn't
was
tell
cheating.
you.
Hold on. You had all the respect in the world for the fact that I was cheating, supposedly, right?
we weren't. I
But
wasn't
then
cheating.
the thing is, you turn around and you didn't respect yourself by putting a condom on. I cheated many a times. I'm not gonna lie and sit up here and lie to the judge or lie to you or anybody.
Miss Gray ain't backing down either. She's throwing shade left and right, accusing Mr. Singleton of talking to other females. Oh, the drama is heating up. It's a full-blown battle of the cheaters.
I'm talking about, oh, we're gonna put this together. I'm gonna change. I quit cheating and all that. That was what's going through my mind. That's what I'm telling her. And then she pauses and goes, but it's not yours.
I told him, I said, I was with my ex, and there's a possibility she may not be yours.
You laid it all on the table.
Oh, no. You didn't say it was no. You said, I had sex with my ex. We did not use protection. I'm telling you, it's not yours. I don't want you around.
But wait, folks, the judge is not having any of it. She shuts down their tit for tat and reminds them that there's a child involved. It's not about their messy relationship anymore. It's about that innocent little girl who deserves better.
What I need you to understand, you get that, right?
Yes, I understand.
He's gonna always hold that in the back of his mind.
I understand, but I thought he was different. He wasn't, I'm used to dating thugs. I'm not used to dating good guys with the glasses and the good job. I'm used to going after guys that hustling, and that's what I like. My ex is in jail right now.
Let me give you a little woman tip. Go after the ones with the glasses and the good job.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, Miss Gray's witness spills the beans. She claims that Mr. Singleton is a habitual liar, flirting with other girls even before they got married. Oh, the drama just keeps piling up.
Guy went to jail. So then all of a sudden, here come the news story. Oh, well, it's your baby. I added the months up, right? And this is actually your baby. So in incongruence with how I felt the first time.
Incongruent?
Yes, the same way I felt.
You better go ahead with that argument.
The same way I felt when she initially called is the same way I felt when she told me that it was mine.
Okay, but
Can you believe it, folks? We're not even halfway through this episode, and it's already a roller coaster ride of emotions. But hold on tight, because things are about to take an even more dramatic turn.
Lot of cases from this bench. But you cheating? Now you telling him he's cheating. He's telling you you cheating.
Tit for
cheating
tat, though.
and cheating and cheating and
It don't make
cheating.
it right.
It is so tit for tat. And the most ridiculous part of it is that you all are stuck on the tit for tat and not understanding that you got a child.
The moment of truth is finally here. The DNA results are about to be revealed. Will Mr. Singleton be the father, or will Miss Gray's ex take the crown? The atmosphere in the courtroom has changed, and you could fry an egg with the heat in this courtroom. But things aren't always that straightforward in paternity court. So who's ready for a plot twist?
Sis to be.
He's putting on a persona.
How can I be a
And Miss
Okay.
Simmons, what are you
Everywhere I
hoping
go,
for
you're big.
today?
I'm hoping that the other guy is the father. I'm hoping that
Why?
he
Why
has
she wants to do
nothing
that? Because I
to
love
do with
Maurice,
her.
regardless.
I understand she loved him, but
Regardless.
when you okay, I can see the before marriage, but after marriage, come on now, you doing worse stuff than what you was doing before.
The tension is unbearable as the judge announces the results. The room falls silent, and all eyes are on that piece of paper. Will it confirm Mr. Singleton's worst fears, or will it bring a glimmer of hope? Oh, the suspense is killing us.
Mr. Singleton, you are not her father.
Let it be, because you've been lying to me this whole time.
I have not lied to you. I've kept it 100 with you. I told you the truth since the beginning.